Okay, welcome back. This is Ventures 4 for the month of June. The day is Tuesday the 9th, and it is Kcpc class, Unit 10. We are still in Unit 10, actually finishing Unit 10, and this is going to be Part 1. So I would like us to start in the book, and we're going to do that on page 130. So it says, look at the pictures, answer the questions. Number 1, look at the pictures. Can you guess where the people are from and what holiday they are celebrating? If I looked at these pictures, it would be very difficult for me to figure out. It looks Eastern, but I don't think I could, Middle Eastern, but I would never be able to figure out the country. What is your favorite holiday or celebration and why? So this could be the topic of your composition. What is your favorite holiday to celebrate? Remember, when you're writing a composition, you're going to have an introduction that is going to tell what you are talking about, what the holiday is. In the middle are going to be all the details that explain what happens during that holiday. And at the end, there's going to be a summary statement that is going to tell why you liked it. And remember, beginning of every sentence, capital letter, end of every sentence, punctuation. Now we are trying to use as many details as possible, creating more complex sentences using clauses either at the beginning or the end to give more information about what it is that you're talking about. Here we go. We're going to read my favorite celebration. Everyone, my favorite celebration is the Iranian New Year, Nowruz, which means new day. Notice they have used two kinds of punctuation. The first one are parentheses, which shows it's an explanation of the word that precedes it, and they also use quotation marks around new day. Continuing, this holiday begins on the first day of spring and lasts 13 days. So, does it always begin on the same date? No, because the first day of spring may, actually, I don't know that, and they did not state that, so I'm not exactly sure what that means. The next one, on the Wednesday before Nowruz, people build bonfires and jump over them. Well, that explains the first picture. That actually looked pretty terrifying to me. How about you? Did it look terrifying to you? Okay, let's go on. Iranian people believe that if they do this, they will get rid of their illnesses and misfortune. So there's a positive reason as to why people do this. I think it's just fascinating to read about traditions and that other cultures and ways that they celebrate holidays and what it is that they do. Okay, on Nowruz Eve, the family gathers around a table with 7 items that begin with the letter S in Persian. So, does this remind you of anything else that we've read about? Yes, on the preceding page, we read about special birthdays around the world. And what country did that particular custom remind you of? It reminded me of China on the child's first birthday. Let's read a little bit. On a child's first birthday, Parents place their baby in the center of a group of objects, such as a shiny coin, a book, and a doll. They watch to see which object the baby picks up first. So here it is a different reason and a different custom, but the idea of placing objects on a table for a particular reason seems to be the same. So what do? The family gathers. Notice they did not say sit. So what they're doing is also introducing different vocabulary words rather than simple ordinary words. They are introducing synonyms that are a little more elusive but have the same general meaning. So the family gathers around a table with 7 items that begin with the letter S in Persian. For example, an apple, wheat pudding, dried berries, vinegar, a coin, a beautiful flower, and garlic. A bowl of goldfish, a Quran, colored eggs, and a mirror are also on the table. So, where do you see that? Use as much detail as possible in answering that question. So what are the possibilities? There's a line of pictures. There's a row of pictures. So I see it in the row of pictures that are above this paragraph that we are reading. I see it in the middle picture in the row of pictures above the paragraph that we are reading, in the center picture. So whatever vocabulary you used is wonderful. Next, these items symbolize beauty, health, prosperity, and fertility. So, what things do you think symbolize beauty from what you're reading here? Did you choose a beautiful flower and a mirror? Health, apple, where am I? Wheat pudding, dried berries, vinegar, garlic. I know that in many cultures, garlic is a symbol of health. And what particular part of the body is garlic supposed to be extremely helpful and healthy for? That's right, heart and blood. So we have health, prosperity. That's right, the coins. And fertility, probably colored eggs, right? Okay, so on Nowruz Day, people kiss each other and say, I hope you will live for 100 years. How many people have ever heard that before? This is a custom that I remember from when I was growing up, that when we sang happy birthday, we would also say, may you live 100 years, may you live 100 years. So on your birthday, I wonder if in your country people say that too. Next, we spend the next 13 days visiting each other and eating sweets. Wow, that sounds like a great idea. Be social, although today it would be very hard to do that, wouldn't it? Okay, next. Finally, on the last day of the celebration, everyone goes to the park for a big picnic. I wish my whole family lived here with me so we could celebrate Nowruz together. So what are some ideas that come to your mind and thoughts that come to your mind when you are reading this? I know I'm not there, but I'm hoping that you're speaking out loud to practice speaking English out loud, which you would have to do if you were speaking to someone else. Well, the word that came to my mind was very social and very familial, right? It sounds as if they really appreciate family, want to honor family and friends, and be together and maintain close relationships and ties. What do you think? This is your little opportunity to practice English speaking to nobody. Okay, let's read what it says in the little red rim box. Everyone, the conclusion. The last sentence of a paragraph is an important part of a paragraph. One way to conclude a paragraph is to relate the topic to your personal life. So what are the two forms of conclude, conclusion? Which one is the verb form? Conclude. And what is the noun? Conclusion. So conclusion is the noun and conclude is the verb form. Okay, so we've done that. Let's move on to page 121 since the ideas are fresh in our mind. Work with a partner, complete the outline of the model paragraph. Well, obviously we can't do that. We're just going to do the best we can. What is the topic? My favorite celebration, Nowruz. Meaning or symbolism. What does Nowruz mean? Using a complete sentence, please. Nowruz means new day. I know they didn't, but I like you to use a complete sentence to get in the habit of doing that. And when is it celebrated? It is the beginning. When is the beginning of the celebration? I hope you said the beginning of the celebration is on the first day of spring. And how long does it last? That's right. It lasts for 13 days. Next, they want you to review the customs. So what was the first custom that we read about? Subject verb, please. Okay, I put people build bonfires and jump over them. You can use the words that are in the paragraph exactly. It's just knowing that you're saying it correctly, and if you want to create another sentence in a different way, that's perfectly fine, just as long as you have a subject and a verb in each sentence. B, so I put the family gathers around a table with 7 items that begin with the letter S in Persian. What is another custom? Well, I put people kiss each other and say, I hope you will live for 100 years. Another custom? I hope you said they spend the next 13 days visiting each other and eating sweets. And the last custom? People go to the park for a big picnic. And the conclusion? My answer was people celebrate Nowruz so that they can be together with their family and friends. Okay, so Part D. Plan a paragraph about your favorite holiday or celebration. Make an outline like the one in exercise 1C. Include at least 3 customs. Use your own paper. I would like you to do that. We're not going to do that during this lesson, but it says, what is your favorite holiday? Is the composition. If you write a composition, you can use this as a guide to create the composition and write about your favorite holiday. I was thinking about that, and it created a wonderful memory for me. And in my house where I grew up, we were very Catholic and very close to the church. So one of my favorite celebrations was Easter. And on Easter, we made butter in the shape of a lamb because lamb symbolizes the Easter holiday. We may had cakes that were in the shape of a lamb and covered with coconut. We ate lamb. We dyed eggs, which was really, really fun because you could be creative as you wanted to in creating the designs on the eggs. And then the last custom was very, very unusual, which I doubt happens today. And that is that the priest from the parish would come to the house and bless all your food. You would put your food on the table, and then the priest would come and he would have a holy water and he would throw it all over, sprinkle it all over your food to bless your food. I doubt very much whether that custom is practiced today, but maybe. Okay, so again, I would like you to write or at least speak or talk with someone in your family about your favorite customs in order to express your ideas using subject verb in each sentence, using complex sentences, using as many details as possible. Tell what the custom is, and then at the end, your conclusion is going to be why you like the festival or whatever holiday it was that you were talking about celebrating. So it says, after you write, check. My paragraph describes the meaning or symbolism of my favorite holiday. Just keep that in mind if you're going to be speaking or writing. Number 2, everyone, I described at least 3 customs for my favorite holiday or celebration. And 3, I wrote a conclusion relating the celebration to my personal life. Okay, so that's actually the end of what I wanted to be the lesson, but I have one more minute in this particular segment. So we're going to turn the page to page 132. And begin to read. Life skills reading. So what do we call this that you see here? It's called a recipe card. What is it? And what holiday are they talking about? Right, Thanksgiving. And what are they going to be making? Pumpkin pie. And how long is it going to take them to make this pie or prepare the pie? I think that's a little generous. And the next, how long are they going to cook it? Okay, see you next time.